body bags were whore lies.
Who is this irresistible creature who has an insatiable love for the dead?
Hey guys, happy Thursday, this is your fright chick speaking. Apologies in advance if I ramble or mutter or any of that shit. I'm really fucking tired. Okay, so this week's theme is pick a movie from your favourite franchise week. I have obviously picked, because anyone who's seen my videos knows what my favourite franchise is. Okay, I have picked A Nightmare on Elm Street, Part 4, Dream Master. Okay, so, oh my god, I love this film so much. I love you, Freddy Krueger. Okay, so, I'm just going to say quickly, right before I get into this, that obviously there are 3 recurring characters from the 3rd movie in this. So I'm not really going to do too much of a backstory because I'm going to ruin it, because I know for a fact that one of us is doing the 3rd movie this week, and I think it's coming after my review, so I don't really want to spoil it. But yes, we have Kristen, Joey and Kincaid, who were in the 3rd movie, Dream Warriors, and they are basically the last of the Elm Street children, and they're pretty much only in the first 20 minutes. They get taken out pretty fucking quick. Okay, so for those of you that saw it or didn't, blah blah blah, Kristen has her own special power where when she is dreaming, especially in a Freddy dream, she can call someone who is either awake or asleep, and she can bring them into the dream so that they can help her. Now in the first 5 to 10 minutes of the movie, Joey and Kincaid get taken out, okay, and it's brilliant. But basically the way Freddy comes back in this is so random, it's so memorable. So Kristen, we open with Kristen walking around looking at Freddy's house, and she wakes up and blah de blah de blah. Now, Joey and Kincaid are getting pissed off with her because she keeps dreaming about him, and they're like, look, we got rid of him, can you stop dreaming about him because you're going to bring him back? Which she does. Except he comes back in Kincaid's dream, and Kincaid is in like a junkyard with cars. I have no idea what you call this place. We don't have these things here. It's like a junkyard especially for cars. I don't know, I can't even make up a funny term for it, but whatever. So he's in this place, and his pet dog is there, and he literally pisses a stream of fire, and Freddy comes back. The dog pisses on the ground, opens a chasm of fire and whatever, and Freddy Krueger, like, comes back to life in kind of a gross way. And he takes Kincaid out straight away. Joey gets taken out like 5 minutes later, or not even that. He has like a really awesome scene with like a waterbed and a hot girl and some super like boobage going on, like pressing against the waterbed, and then he gets taken out by Freddy, which is not the way he probably wanted to go, but there you go. So anyway, that happens, and they're all at school. They've all been let out of the institution. They're all in high school, and we meet Kristen's best friend Alice, who is really, really shy. She's like, you know, dowdy looking, doesn't really dress to flatter herself, that kind of character. And we have her brother, Alice's brother, who is Kristen's boyfriend, Rick, played by Andrew Jones, I remember. And I've had a crush on him ever since I saw this film. He's so hot. He's super into martial arts. We get like a lot of karate stuff going on with him. We also have 2 of their like girlfriends. We have Sheila, who is the typical nerd, and we have Debbie, who is like the typical tough bitch, you know, leather jacket wearing girl from the wrong side of the tracks. And holy shit, I didn't realise how many stereotypes are in this. Jesus. Okay, because the next one we have Dan, who is literally the hunky jock, you know, Prince Charming kind of love interest. Wow, there's a lot of stereotypes in this. I didn't realise until just now. Okay, so, anyways, all that happens in the first 15 minutes of the movie. Kristen's freaking out. She keeps telling all of her friends, look, Freddy Krueger was real. This is his house. This is what happened. Blah, blah, blah. So when Kristen has her dream, because her mother tricks her into sleeping by giving her sleeping pills and a drink, she falls asleep, and she has a kind of elaborate dream sequence with Freddy. Freddy takes her up by throwing her into a boiler, which is still epic to this day. It's an amazing scene. She uses her power to call Alice, because when the 3 of them die, that's the last of the Elm Street children, so they're gone. So the people that made the movie were like, shit, we need to find another way of getting more people in for Freddy, because they're gone. So she calls Alice, and Alice is given her power, because when she's like, Alice, you need my power, it goes through Freddy and then hits Alice, and she wakes up, and they run over to Kristen's house, and they're like, holy shit, she's on fire and she's burnt to death. That's it, she's gone. So Alice is like dealing with the fact that all of these people have just died, and she's also dealing with what she knows because she saw it happen and no one believed her. But she also now has this power. But because it went through Freddy, whenever someone gets killed by Freddy, she takes on a piece of their personality. So she takes on like a trait. So as the movie progresses, she kind of breaks the shy girl attitude and she gets like a badass attitude. She gets karate skills. She gets like the intelligence of her other friend who's a nerd and that sort of stuff, so she can build shit. And yeah, so she can basically take down Freddy at the end. I don't think it's much of a spoiler that Freddy dies at the end, people. Okay, if you think it is, you clearly haven't watched many of these movies. But yes, so that's basically what the rest of the film is. It's Alice dealing with the personality traits coming up, dealing with her neglectful father and the love for her brother, and the fact that I'm just going to say it, her brother dies, the girls die, everyone fucking dies, except for Alice and Tan, okay? I spoiled it for you. So yes, we do get to see the other deaths, and they're very, very creative in this. I really enjoyed them in this, and don't get me wrong, I think they're all creative throughout the entire franchise. I don't give a shit what people say. I don't give a shit what people say about the 5th one, the 6th one, whatever. They're all creative and fun. Doesn't matter how hokey, which is not a word I would ever use, but yeah, I don't care what they are. So they're very good in this. Debbie gets killed. She falls asleep during a test, and Freddy literally sucks the life out of her. I can't watch that scene anymore. It's too gross. Debbie gets turned into a cockroach because she hates bugs. She gets squished in a roach motel. It's still pretty gross, but I can just about manage that one. There is a scene where after a few of these people have died and she starts changing her personality, she then starts seeking out Freddy and being like, right, well, we need to take him down. She gets Dan on side, you know, now that he's kind of interested in her too. And they go, there's a really awesome scene. She goes to the cinema, but she's obviously in a dream, and she gets sucked into the screen, into a movie, and Freddy is taunting her with the joke of her life basically being, you're going to be in this diner until you're an old lady, so she's not exactly happy with that. They then get a pizza, and this is the one scene in all Freddy films I can't watch anymore. And her brother, his head is a meatball in the pizza, and Freddy stabs it and eats it, and it's just so disgusting. It's so gross. Oh my god, if you can still watch that, then I am super impressed with you people, because I can't deal with it. But yeah, so that's a good bit. Then they get stuck in a time loop, and Dan gets injured because she ends up crashing into a tree that she thinks is Freddy because they're both asleep. So Dan goes to the hospital to get surgery because he's nearly dying and stuff. She then has that badass montage where they put all the shit together and the music's playing and they're like, yeah, and she's like nunchucking it and leather jacket and, you know, I've got a bug zapper thing and I'm going to take him out, and she's like, right, I'm ready. So she jumps into the mirror and she takes out Freddy. It's pretty good because I'm pretty sure this was the first film where we saw the Chest of Souls. Yeah, I think this was the first film we saw the Chest of Souls, which I always thought was great. I wanted one as a kid. You could buy that shit then. I was going to buy one. It was like $25. I wanted to get it ordered to my country and everything. It was great. Didn't get one. My mum wouldn't let me. But yeah. So she takes Freddy out in the end because she remembers a poem called The Dream Master. Which never gets mentioned in the film until the very end. Like, okay. But yeah, it's pretty good because she goes from this shy girl to literally kicking Freddy's ass physically. It's amazing. So yeah, she takes him out and then we set up for the 5th film. But I've got to admit, this one is definitely my favourite. Will always be my favourite. And I still love them all though. Okay, I'm going to leave it there because I'm too tired and rambling now. It's gone on for too long. But I will see you guys next week. Bye.